real right now.
Mr. DL.
222. Who's off?
Yo, we are here, episode 24 of the Danger Zone podcast, or as Tanya says,
En la zona de peligro.
Or as I say, episode 2050.
And as I say, this is the 24th episode of the Danger Zone podcast.
God damn, that was really like yo in a box.
Excuse me, Caucasian.
Yo, Caucasian, yeah, you're right.
Actually, that's not a Caucasian accent. That's just a smart accent.
No, that's true. That's okay. You got that. Mm-hmm. So listen, man, we welcome y'all, man. We got a special guest coming up too, man. Master Ace. So that's dope. You know, we're looking forward to chopping up with him.
Let's talk about Wyclef, the Fugees.
Wyclef Jean, yeah. Okay.
We're talking about his hairline or his music? His sensitivity. I like Wyclef. I think he's.
Well, last year they had announced.
I just think his hairline's wild.
The Fugees had announced that they were going to go on tour. They started canceling dates, and then canceled the tour because there were too many COVID-19 restrictions.
And that was what's her name? Okay.
Who? Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
Yes.
He said, "What's her name?" Hello.
He knows who he's talking.
Well, I know. I was
just
just looking for. Yeah. No question. So that's why they didn't go. Because trust me, he still would have went with Praz, and they would have been the same. Where's the best MC of the group?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, you can't really go without Lauryn Hill. I don't think.
Nah,
you can go. I don't think you can go without Wyclef either, though.
No,
because you can go without Praz.
But then Lauryn Hill has a whole. She has a whole shoe to do herself, based on her album and all that.
Skip it.
Talking to y'all.
Rewind. The one mean rewind. The two mean fast forward.
One time. You know what it is, girl? Sometimes it means the same thing.
Like a rewind fast forward.
Yo, but anyway, so Wyclef Jean discusses the Fugees reunion tour, the hip hop Grateful Dead. That's what he's calling it. So he said we're gonna get this thing cracking. You know what I'm saying? So, the Fugees fans worldwide rejoiced in September 2021 when Wyclef Jean, Lauryn Hill, and Praz announced they were hitting the road for a reunion tour to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Grammy Award-winning sophomore album, The Score. But after just one performance in New York City, the celebrated hip-hop trio was forced to pull the plug and unable to move forward with the remaining international dates, citing issues stemming from COVID-19 pandemic, a.k.a. probably Lauryn Hill. So some of them wasn't moving, you know, in those times. A lot of groups wasn't moving.
What's crazy about Wyclef is he ran for president of Haiti. Remember he was and then like a year ago, the president of Haiti got killed. He got assassinated. Remember that? That could have been Wyclef. But thank God it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Never know, man. I mean, this life is what it is too, man.
Yeah.
Crazy shit going on, man.
Other countries are dangerous.
Yeah.
Literally for the candidates.
What we got for R. Kelly? What happened to him? I didn't hear anything.
Well, R. Kelly, we're gonna be brief with this. We know that he got them 30 years. He got to realize that by now, like even he's been realizing, damn, life as I knew it is over. Even though the way the systems and different things work, I don't think the brother would be in jail for 30 years. So, you know, stay tuned, man.
Why? You think he's going to keep appealing? And
just different things happen, you know, because I can't say that he's 100%, everything was at fault, but he was at fault. So
he was.
That's how they found it in court. So
he's not gonna have a good time.
I can't, you know.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is commercial.
By law, he was at fault. If we can say
listen,
that.
I'm not even.
If it's 5 years or 30 years, he's not gonna have a good time in there.
Well, you know what I mean.
Hopefully,
it's a different situation with some cats with bread and like
that's
different
true.
areas. It's some crazy shit. But it said that R. Kelly is off suicide watch after filing a lawsuit against Brooklyn Detention Center. So I guess he was saying that they were giving him the guards or whatever cruel and unusual punishment. You know what I mean? And so
to someone that rich, that is cruel and unusual punishment.
But at the same time, when they say suicide watch, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know. A lot of these prisons, when you go in, once you get served, right, and you got some years or whatever the situation, what type of bid it is, you go into suicide watch first.
Yeah, isn't that just like saying, give me your laces and your belt? Isn't that basically a small form of suicide watch?
There was a prison I knew about where you got there. This is one of the hardest prisons ever, like in MASH, you know?
Yeah.
And when you got there, the trip was crazy though. The trip, it was crazy in itself, because you came in, you know, you were shackled, you know, ankle to ankle, you know, a group of people, maybe 10, 12, maybe a little more. Then you get to the spot, you change your clothes, put on the you know, the jail gear. Then they got this motherfucking wall. It's like, boom, like, you know, you like, oh shit, this is real.
We talked about this prison before.
You know what I'm saying? We might have. So then, after that, you walk down, the dudes is yelling from windows what they gonna do and shit and whatever. And then some of these cats, I remember this one cat.
They saying, we're gonna give you some ramen.
This ain't crazy shit. But I think it's more the break session where they trying to break motherfuckers, you know. But then you walk by this damn part where motherfuckers in 4-point restraint, you know.
What's a 4-point restraint?
That's like legs and hands and shit.
Is it the one where they have the little metal bar or no?
Nah, it's just all your shit is out like that. You like doing a fucking snow angel.
No.
But you're like that
having fun
because you will hurt yourself or hurt someone.
Yeah.
So that's why they do that. But then you walk by another part where motherfuckers got on paper underwear and shit, and there's glass in front of it, and they straight cuckoo.
Wait, why the paper underwear?
Because they like these people in a cell with some mental shit, like, so they strip you down, you know what I mean? You ain't got shit, you know what I mean? So
that means they must urinate and shit on
it's
themselves
a bunch
lot,
of shit.
Where they just have to switch it out.
But they mentally, like, this is the craziest shit you'll ever see. And this is all one walk to go to this cell. And,
so you see
they
all
do that,
the neighborhoods,
they do that to you on purpose, though.
Of course, but
that's
this whole walk to go to this fucking
He's
cell.
like, which neighbor do you want to be with?
But Pete, no, at this point now you go to the cell, and it's like a supermarket. How bright it is in your cell for 24 hours. That's that suicide ward. Oh. Shit is super bright. Ain't really nothing in there.
You don't know what time it is, how much time has passed.
You eating shit and all that, but that's in the beginning. That's like, you know.
But maybe that's like, you think they do that as like a slow progression to the introduction like
they
this.
do that to break you.
Nah, motherfuckers have to see like what.
I think it did that.
What's gonna happen with you? Like, some people want to hang it up like at that. Some people is fucked up.
Like they try to see if they can break you or not.
I mean, that's part of it. But
see who they're dealing with.
Part of it too is, you know, like somebody might have just got 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
You know, you sitting up in there like, damn, you know.
It's probably mad souls trapped in that room.
And then on the other side of the hallway, then these dudes are in cells where they caught cases inside of the joint. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's what sucks.
Those dudes have like more time to do on top of time.
That's what sucks. That's what sucks about a waiting trial.
And all some shit about that. You know? We went on to that, but it ain't really none of them stories, none of this shit I say is to glorify them prisons.
I don't think you were glorifying.
It's just letting motherfuckers know in this world, like young cats mostly, whatever, doing shit, whatever. That shit is like some unseen shit.
Yeah.
It gets even deeper, man. I
that's
did
one
my
thing.
time and whatever, but
that's one thing I say about Sugar. You know, it does not glorify that shit.
You can't, like, you know, but I just want cats to know, though. I be wanting motherfuckers to know.
Yeah.
So what you saying about R. Kelly? You feel bad for R. Kelly that he's going through some
Nobody
rough
ever
times?
Nobody ever said
No,
said
I
that.
didn't say. I'm
you
asking.
just said,
I'm asking.
You said, what do I feel about R. Kelly?
What do you feel?
I always feel like, anyway, that just, you know, obviously you guilty, you ain't mad shit. But then there's always a portion of I don't really be knowing shit. I'm not the judge of the jury. Yeah. You know what I mean? So everything I can't possibly know. And I could assume, like, when some people who thought OJ was guilty and some didn't. You know what I mean? But then the court found him to be guilty.
I think at the time...
I'm not the judge of the jury, but everybody has an opinion.
Well, like, opinions, like they say, is like assholes.
And
right?
everybody's got one, and we're entitled to it. God bless America.
I think with OJ, at the time with OJ, yes, there were people that thought he was innocent and guilty, but now I feel like everyone thinks he was guilty.
Nah, I think he was innocent
I think he did it, he just doesn't know it.
Nah, I don't think so.
You think he had a CTE moment?
Yeah, but with R. Kelly, there was a bad week for pedophiles. They got 50 years, you know, between him and Maxwell got 50 years. I think they should have gave her a lot more, but...
Who?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she built a pedophile island and stocked it with kids, so I think that's pretty bad. She might not have had sex with them, but she did that. That's terrible.
Accessory.
Feel what I'm saying? And I'm sure she'll get suicided eventually by somebody. But
she'll get suicided.
As of right now...
I do right about now, as you said, right about now, I do think R. Kelly wishes he could fly. But Anyway, the next shit is.
What's the next one over there?
Moving on.
Yo.
You are watching The Danger Zone.
Oh.
That open door. Yeah, he's singing all that shit. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, who's next? Is Michael Jackson?
It's Chris Brown.
Oh, Chris Breezy,
Brown.
baby. Yo, Chris Brown declares he's back on this gangster shit. You gangster?
Slapping chicks. Bam, bam. Gangster.
After Dreezy doesn't get support he expected. I guess Chris Brown dropped his latest album, Breezy, June 24. But it apparently didn't get the support he expected. The 24-track project boasted contributions from the roster. Yeah, right, of high-profile guests, including Lil Durk, Lil Wayne, Her, Jack Harlow, and Tory Lanez. Now here's the deal. People always still think like you get all these rappers and singers, different people to make your album. But I'm always going to let that LL style when you do your whole album with no features at times. And same thing with J. Cole.
Yeah, J.
Had
Cole,
that album went platinum, whatever. No, it's because you gave it to him. Maybe people thought that this album was kind of fluffed up. You know what I mean? So he wants to bring it back. He wants that gangster appeal. But he don't need that gangster appeal, though. You Chris Brown, son. You know what I mean?
For Gangstar, for example, wasn't like Moment of Truth their first album that had like a lot of features on it?
Yeah, because it wasn't most features. The earlier ones, it might be one or two of them.
Yeah,
the real first features really was, like with that Twig shit and then J. Rue, and stuff. That's when they started, But in the beginning, the albums was all groovy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So,
but going back to Chris Brown, the album's number 3.
Yeah, but he wants to be number 1. If you're not number 1, if you ain't first, you'll last.
Oh yeah, well tell that to number 50.
Let me tell you something. he to me though, he definitely not Ray J.
I didn't realize he had 24 tracks on that because he's coming out with a deluxe version like this week. I think in a couple.
He tried to push it. He tried to just get the stream numbers, having so many songs. This was his plan.
Deluxe version.
Hey yo,
there's 46 songs on this one.
We like deluxe.
No question. I like a nice deluxe grilled cheese.
So here's
that's what it's seasoning. Flatten that shit. And, go ahead, son.
My opinion: Chris Brown tried to release 25 songs with super famous people to be the number 1 streaming artist in the world. That way, because instead of having 10 songs, you got 25 songs, and you have a lot of fans, huge superstar artists. You know what I'm saying? So they're streaming 2.5 times the music as they are a Post Malone song.
That makes
who's
sense
probably
to
still
me,
beating them.
What you're saying, but to me, if Chris Brown is saying he's dropping an album, I'm not thinking, ooh, I can't wait to see who the features are. Like I like Chris Brown. He don't need a feature.
Definitely.
So
he's nice. Hey, Big, what you think about that? That's the sucker shit. All right, go ahead.
You're in the danger zone.
Big said it. That Chris Brown's that sucker shit.
Chris Brown can play some ball though.
If Biggie was
around, the ball.
He's nasty.
Biggie was around. Chris Brown would have never been a rapper.
Nah, Chris Brown is a multi-talented, dope ass dude.
He's talented.
I like that dude shit.
He's talented.
What you think, Big? That's the sucker shit.
Not on some auto-tunes, whatever. Like he actually can sing.
He's good. I'm not saying he ain't good.
What did Charlie Nicole just say? That's the sucker shit. Go ahead.
It's Sucker Free Sunday.
That's my new shit, sucker shit with Big.
Let's talk about Vaughn Miller.
Vaughn, hold on.
Number 40 for the New York Buffalo.
Shit, come on, stop laughing.
Cause they ain't getting no bills.
What's that? A blooper? Hold up,
that's not a blooper. That's staying in there. That's staying in there.
That's not a blooper.
Buffaloes.
She said it's not a
New York Buffaloes.
She said it's not a blooper. No, we're playing. Go ahead, Bloops. No, Betty Blue. Nah.
Betty Blue.
So, boom. Vaughn Miller. Yeah, Vaughn Miller, man. Nasty. Outside linebacker, defensive end. He just won a Super Bowl last year with the Rams.
Out with the Buffalo Bills.
He won a previous Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos. And
he likes animals.
Yeah. They keep him paid. He won a Super Bowl. Now he's going to the Buffalo Bills, which they got a nasty team. I wish they had kept him over there with Aaron Donald and try to do that thing again. But Buffalo's getting a great player. They hit him with a 6-year contract for $120 million. 120 mil. And like these days, a bunch of that shit be guaranteed. I think here, what is it?
That doesn't sound like a lot. How many years?
6.
6.
For 100 million, 120 million.
Yes, it actually does sound like a lot. You know why?
I guess I'm not familiar.
Well, you know why? First of all,
13 games.
right, the chances of the dude even playing like 6 more years.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be 40-something years old. The thing is, today they're giving these guys guaranteed money.
So
They giving them guaranteed money now.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know how much this is guaranteed. It could have been
NFL.
say if it was 75 or 45 guaranteed. That means you're gonna get that regardless.
Yeah, no matter what.
So and guess what? That we're doing stuff in the short term because do y'all know how long NFL career is supposed to be?
I know.
What is it?
5 years.
3 to 5 years. You know what I mean? I mean, I told him like a few weeks ago, but he knew one of the numbers.
I was. I'm a sponge.
So
you said it on one of the episodes.
Shout out to the Buffalo Bills, even though I'm always a Pats fan, and we got the same division, and we're gonna beat. And I like Vaughn Miller. I used to like that little chicken commercial he had too, with the chickens. But
very precise.
Yo, you gotta check it out.
Check
it out. He had the little chicken joints. I forget what commercial that is, but y'all know, man. Shit, especially y'all fans.
2 rings.
What's
and
good?
The Buffalo.
Who we got next?
He's going for his 3rd ring. What else you got?
Who we got next? He's catching up to J-Lo. Who we got next?
We gotta work a lot harder.
Getting piggy with it.
Mr. DL, and this is the Danger Zone. But
Episode 24.
Brittany, is it Griner?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Brittany Griner.
We're gonna talk about Brittany Griner.
Yo.
So.
Here, can I start or do you want to start? Because I'm kind of gonna.
This is a preemptively insensitivity with Mr. DL.
If you're an American, I don't care what your view about America is. If you hate it or you love it, we gotta come get you. We gotta come help you. I don't really care. Everyone's like, oh, she didn't want the national anthem played at this. I don't care. She's an American. You gotta go get her. That's the whole point about being an American. You're supposed to have your freedom of your freedom to have your opinions. But whatever. Here's where I have a problem with this.
Where's your problem?
Is you're gonna go into a country run by a communist who hates America in the middle of a war. Okay. You're gonna go through customs with contraband that is illegal in this country. You're going through customs. You're not going jumping a plane from Milwaukee to Cleveland. You know, you have to go through customs. And I just think that was very dumb. Do I think that she should be stuck over there? No, I don't. But the president ain't gonna go get her. He's not gonna go get her. That's like he's not gonna go get her. He's scared to go get her. It's gonna cause a war over this girl because they already want a war.
There's already a war going on.
So you can't go. These guys are both teetering on war. These two countries, and we know he's not gonna go up in there and be like, "Excuse me, Mr. Putin, can we come in and get her?"
This
what do you think?
I mean, I differ on that because, yeah, maybe she shouldn't have had it in. But I know also too when people travel, that's number one reason why you shouldn't have that shit on you. Knowing the rules and the laws of different places.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Singapore, it was so damn tight. You went to jail for like the smallest things, probably even peeing outside or whatever. But so you know where you at. Well, you should know the laws, the rules, what's going on. It's that serious. You know, their countries is way different. But I also know too when you come through customs, like they randomly might pick people. So 50 people might go through and then they pick you. Well, you just happen to be that one. Now, here's where we stand.
Playing roulette.
So as of late, they've been saying, you know, on social media that if it was LeBron, he would be out by now.
Supposedly she said that.
No. It was actually more than her. Other people said that as well.
She said that to her wife, I guess.
Oh, well, yeah. So
I guess that's...
And then, you know, it's probably true, though.
Yeah.
It's a different...
LeBron, first, he wouldn't have been in that situation. So.
Well, I mean, that's still... But I'm just saying, she's just talking about this... Like, Brittany Griner is that star in female basketball.
She was in the...
But shouldn't she have said, if it was Michael Phelps, he would have been out right now?
Nah, because
LeBron's a black athlete, she's a black athlete.
But because she is that star, like... She's dominant force. She's that dominant force in that sport. Okay. The chick is 6'8". You know what I mean? Dunking, blocking shots.
That's why you don't bring fucking vape cartridges through customs when you're 6'8". Tattoos all over your fucking body.
That's true, but everybody, she wasn't only 6'8" walking through that shit.
Yeah, I guess true.
This is basketball. This is like pro women basketball.
They're like on a team sport.
It should have been done, dude. I'm never going to agree with that. But this is where we at right now.
How about the insensitivity? You should throw the insensitivity sign up here real quick.
So what you're saying is
because I'm about to say something not about her.
That no matter what someone does in another country, America should always fight to get them back.
They should fight for the person if they're being like. All right, so okay, if she did something
like that,
if she did something, say she shot someone and killed someone, cool, put her in jail. She did her crime over there. But to let her sit there for 100 days and no one talked to her, she didn't get to talk to anybody.
Come on, man.
Like that's a bit much to me. Where if I was the president or in charge of something like that, I'd be like, hey, we need to go over there. We need to send someone from like a diplomat over there or something to go and see if this person is alive. First of all, this and that. But I'm about to say...
people that can get away with murder.
Here it comes, ready? Here it comes. The insensitivity signs, ready?
Insensitivity with Mr. DL.
Donald Trump would have brought that girl home in a week. That's a fact. He brought Kodak Black home. He brought... Who was that other rapper? ASAP Rocky home? These motherfucking gangster rappers. This girl is a...
So really, unless it's murder, I don't know.
And that's a fact. I don't like the dude either, but that's that. I'm going to tell you the truth.
As Americans, though, we're always like, hey, in our country, these are the rules.
This is the Danger Zone podcast.
You're going to another country.
We don't support Trump.
We don't. We don't. I'm not saying we do.
Y'all talking. I just said we don't support Trump.
Oh well, even though these are the laws in this country, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Trump
at the end of the day, America's gonna come rescue me.
Yeah.
That's some.
I don't know.
No, because
I don't care about her views of America. She's an American.
I'm not saying
so. No, it's not the weight. It's not.
There's a
but forget that though. This shit is only hashish oil, man.
But she's super fucking famous, and he gets to be like, I got one of your fucking people. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think.
For that, I believe she should be out there. She's not.
She gotta get out.
She's not no harm to anybody for what she did. That's not harming anyone for what she did.
Yeah.
And she was leaving to go home. What's next,
Yeah,
baby?
we need to get her back.
She just has to tell him that she has a bunch of kids that he can smell their hair. To teach him how to ride a bike and walk up the stairs, and they'll be all good because she's mad athletic.
They can say whatever, but listen, Brittany Griner, I'm down with you.
Yeah, I think she, like I said, I think she should come home. And if you're one of those people saying, well, she didn't want the national, like, yo,
they corn biscuits.
She's an American. Hey, you're over there in a prison. She might know some of the language now, but not enough of it. Not if two girls are talking about jumping her or whatever, and she right in front of her.
The chick's 6'8". She smacked 5 them bitches.
I don't know. Those Russians.
But
you think them Russians are scared of some 6'8" chick?
No, but let me explain something that people
will eat you.
Hey, let me explain something that people don't know because they don't put it, in front. There's mad Americans in that same jail.
Yeah. Oh, that's what she said. I like that.
For real, man.
She was like me and my fellow American.
All the years that I've been going to Europe, there'll be mad Americans in them jails. All of them. Sweden, all them shits. It's crazy.
Well, you know what time it is. It's time for you guys to hit that like button, subscribe.
Word.
All that jazz.
What's good, man? We here at the Danger Zone podcast, episode 24, with Big Shug, Mr. DL, and Chef Tanya Nicole.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
We're blessed, to be here. And today's special guest is not only, I don't really want to say Juice Crew legend, but also just a hip hop legend, period. My man, Master Ace. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Shug? How you doing? It's a long time no see.
I know, man. I know. It's been a minute, but I've been watching from afar, and seeing you, still moving and doing things, which is always like great for me, man. I still love it, like, day one on that. So it's always good. But just for those to get caught up, who might know Master Ace or who don't, can you just kind of give us a sort of a beginning of Master Ace, coming on the scene and all that,
Yeah, I started in the mid '80s. I was in college and I won a rap contest at the skating rink, and first prize was studio time with well-known producer Marley Marl.
Right.
From that initial meeting of Marley, I ended up being a part of what's now known as the Juice Crew, and so I parlayed that opportunity into a career. I did one album with that label, and then I went off to LA and signed with a label in Cali called Delicious Vinyl, another very famous label. Did 2 albums with them, and then after that, I embarked on a independent career, which has really spanned the last 21 years of my career.
The Symphony obviously was a big record, and the jump off. But actually, even for me as a fan, it was like I thought like all songs, like this shit was dope. Like this shit was like I felt like all songs should be like a few rappers on there, you know, from that. And this other joint Pumpkin. Remember Pumpkin and the All Stars or something like that? Yeah, that joint too. Like, so those were them joints where I was like, oh, these niggas spitting here. This is like, you know, that was the beginning of all of that, obviously. When you did the Symphony, did you know like prior, like who was gonna be on there or what position y'all were gonna go and things like that?
Nah, none of the above. The song was initially supposed to be a duet with Kane and Cool G Rap. That was the plan. And so Craig overheard the conversation because they were going to another studio. They were going to Marley's crib to record this last song. Craig asked if he could be on the song. Marley asked Kane, G Rap. They said they were cool with it, and so he was like, all right, so it's gonna be Kane, G Rap, and Craig. I just happened to be Craig's ride over to Marley's crib to record. I was driving at the time, so I drove Craig over to the crib, and I hung out because I really wanted to see. I wanted to hear this new song and see what they was gonna put together. So I was really just there, being curious and nosy at the same time. And I just hung out, and they wrote their rap. So these guys were debating about who was going to go first. They were like, you go first, you go, passing the buck. And Marley just looked over at me and said, yo, you got a verse, you got something you could just lay down real quick? These guys acting scared. And I was like, yeah, I got something. And I went in the booth, I spit one of my memorized rhymes that I have always walked around with, 10 to 12 verses for any situation. And I spit one of those memorized joints. I didn't write it to that day or nothing. It was something I had in my head. And so after I laid my verse, everybody else went follow suit. And I didn't think there was any chance I was going to get kept on the song. He I guess after listening to the entire song and speaking to Kane and G-Rap, they decided to keep me on the joint.
Now, was this really your first recorded song or released song?
It was my first release song because I had 2 songs on Marley's album, Marley Control. But those songs were just on the album. They were like album cuts that most people didn't get to hear. And because this song was a video and a single, it's technically my first song. Yes.
Oh yeah, damn! Way to come to the
way to step come to the table, right?
I mean, it's crazy too because also we know of the life that song took on, and obviously it's legendary now. But are those when you guys did the record though, you know, and it obviously with the video and the success of it, were you guys all like, you know, kind of friendly? You know what I'm saying? Or was it like playing on a team and just, you know, being cordial?
To be honest with you, everybody was friendly. Yes. Yeah. Everybody was friendly, but it was still kind of cliquey. Like, you know, Kane and G-Rap, they was tight, and Kane and Biz was tight. Shan wasn't really messing with nobody. He was just in his own world. Me and Craig was tight, and me, Craig, and Marley was cool. It was real cliquey. Nobody had issues really like that, but it was just real cliquey. You kind of just you gravitated to who you hung out, who you were, I guess, more like-minded to. Ultimately, down the road, me and Kane got real cool because we was the only 2 from Brooklyn, so we got cool, and he started allowing me to come on the road with him, do couple of shows. And, you know, he would bring me out to do a verse, and we got cool at that point.
Yeah, it's crazy when you said about having, you know, walking around with rhymes, excuse me, walking around with, you know, rhymes ready to go, you know. And see, that was unbeknownst to me about that whole scene period, because like I had just got out like in late 90, and then I started coming around New York, got back up with my man Guru and Preem and everybody got it at that point. And so
you were all freestyling.
You personally. Being that Guru, my man, that's how we came in the game, we're freestyling. So he's taking me everywhere, and then we go, you know, we go into this fast forward a little bit, and now Premier's making Dwick, right? So Premier's making Dwick, and Lord Finesse is there. So Lord Finesse, Mr. Dwick was, you know, when he's putting it together, so it's long, you know what I mean? And he's just looping it now, boom, 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 boom. So Lord Finesse is rhyming like, man, like he's just rhyming. You know what I'm saying? Like long, shit was long. It was dope. I'm in the element of this shit. But what I'm talking about is that we went to other places and he had performed and he was doing that same rhyme. You see what I'm saying? Like I didn't know nothing about stuff like that. I really freestyle like just off the head. So I didn't know cats had rhymes. You know what I mean?
Like in the chamber.
I started seeing that when you telling that story. When I came to New York, like at that point, 90, that's when I was like, oh shit. Okay, so this what's up. You know what I mean? And kind of learned that, you know, so it's kind of crazy. But as we stand here today also, I noticed too, one thing I like about you is you've done a lot of collaborations, you know. I know you had the one you did, the thing with Ed, and I believe was it Wordsworth or something that you did? You did that too, right?
I collaborated with Special Ed and Buckshot on the Crooklyn Dodgers joint. I think that's what you're thinking of.
Two.
Spike Lee one.
And then, yeah, I've collaborated with
a lot.
I've lost count of the amount of artists. A lot of international artists. Right. A lot of international artists. Someone told me that I have the most collaborations of any artist in hip hop. I've never counted, but it's definitely possible because I've collaborated with artists from really all over the globe.
I believe it because I know in my years, and then even as of recently, right before COVID and stuff and touring, I was always hearing joints, you know, because I know cats' voices like all these years, you know what I mean? And I'm like, do you like, you know, collaborating, or is that something that you just embrace? You like, you know what I mean, for the challenge of it, or you just like doing it, you know what I mean?
It's a little bit of both. I like the challenge. Collaborating, first of all, is for an independent artist like myself, an underground independent artist, it's part of the way we make our living. So each transaction, it's a business transaction first, and then the creative part is second. And when they say, oh, you know, sometimes they'll say, you know, I want to do a song about this, and it might be something really weird and different. And I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna try to attack that. I'm gonna see if I can come up with a verse that speaks to that. I like those kind of challenges because it's not rhymes I would ever write for my own project. So it's an opportunity to kind of test out, you know, my writing ability and being able to think outside of the box with the stuff that I'm writing.
Do you have
I'm always up for the challenge.
Do you have like one artist that you collabed with that it was just like a unique experience, that maybe they ignited something in you that made you then create something?
So DJ Jazzy Jeff, right? We reconnected back in somewhere around 99, and I found out that he had a studio out in Philly that he was working out of, and I drove down there. They were working on a new album for Will Smith, and they brought me in to potentially be one of the writers for the album. So I came in, and when I got there, he had 3 rooms, 3 production rooms. There was producers in every room making music, and I went to each room and I was just hearing all this incredible music, and I just got inspired, man. And I was just like, yo, I hadn't been around that type of creative energy in a really long time, and it was new energy. These guys was all young, much younger than me, and they were making all this nice music, and I wound up like writing a bunch of songs during that time period. So, you know, and most of the stuff didn't see the light of day, but a couple of the songs did, and so that would probably be, yeah, Jazzy Jeff and his production team, Touch of Jazz, would probably be. That's how I would answer that question, because I was definitely inspired being around those dudes.
Sounds like it was the Millennium album. Is that what they were working on?
Yeah.
Did you do it? Did anything you worked on make that album?
So I wrote 2 full songs for him. He didn't pick either one, which I ended up using for myself. I wrote my song. If you're familiar with my song "Soda and Soap," that was written for Will Smith. He didn't use it, and I wrote the Brooklyn Masala song about right around that same time, off one of those other beats that those producers did.
So when you write a record for Will Smith or whoever, do you lay down the song yourself and send them the song, or you just send them the lyrics?
I laid the song down. And Will was actually there. He was at the studio with us. But I wasn't in the room. I wasn't in the room when they played it for him. I don't know, like he was flying out the next day or whatever, and so they packaged together all of the different music that was made, and they sent it off with him, and he picked what he wanted to pick. I actually did get writer's credit on one of the joints. We actually sat in a room with the beat playing. It was Will, myself. So I was writing lines, Kel Spencer writing, Will's writing, and we just basically spit what we wrote, and Will just kind of like picked and chose the lines that he liked. I like this line. He put together the verse based on lines from each of what we wrote, and so that's how I got writer's credit on one of the joints.
That's dope. I mean, did you have you then, or even, you know, were you doing any other like ghostwriting type thing, or you know what I mean?
The only other person that I wrote for in my career of note was Roxanne Shante.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
I wrote 3 songs on her Bad Sister.
One thing that was dope to me too, we said, you know, had this manager, Patrick Moxie. You know, you remember Patrick, right? With Empire.
He's my manager too.
Yeah, right. So boom, this is the crazy shit. So I go in there, the office, I'm talking shit all the time, you know, fucking
You
around.
big shit?
Yeah, I'm like, you know, and he had this doll, you know, a Biz doll up in there. You know what I'm saying? And we used to see that doll in there and be like, yo, this is Biz, what's up? I make him do the dance and shit, right? You know what I mean?
Like that? Like that one right there?
Yeah.
Like the biggie one?
Oh, no. I made the Biz doll was up in there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And me and Biz had like a lot of fun together, freestyle, snapping all kinds of shit. But then when I seen the song when you did me and the Biz with the doll, you know what I mean? I was like, oh shit.
Well, the doll was for the video. When you saw the doll, it had been retired. Like, yeah, it had been retired.
He was retired.
It was just so dope when I connected them. I was like, yo, that dog was in the video and the shit was ill. Like it was crazy. And like, so did you do that because you was just did it that way, or Biz wasn't gonna be in the video, or you know?
Well, Biz wasn't on the song, so
okay.
Because the director, I don't even remember who the director was for that. Oh, it was Lionel Martin. He said, well, since Biz isn't on the song and you're kind of mimicking his voice, maybe we should do like a puppeteer kind of thing where, you know, you're like a ventriloquist. So
yeah.
He came up with the idea of the ventriloquist doll, and they commissioned this company to make it. And the rest is history.
That dog was like, okay, so after the video, that dog was my man many a time going up in that office. And then Biz, because, you know, I knew him. So when I see him, I always be talking some shit like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This, I think got somebody look like you at the office or something, you know what I mean? And it was like the Biz shit. It was just, that was one of the, like, a fly thing to me. So I guess in a nutshell, you wrote for the dog too. But it's all good. That was one of my shits too.
Did you ever get any like voice work off that? Like hired as a voice actor because of that?
I got hired as a voice actor, but not because of that.
Okay, because I just think, you know.
He's like, I have a nice voice.
So did you do voice? Did you do voice shit for like?
Yeah, what did you do voice for?
Something that like, or
you remember this series that came out in I want to say early 2000s or late 90s called Kung Fu?
Yeah.
It was basically Kung Fu movies with comedy voiceovers.
Yeah.
So I did about 4 episodes of that, 4 or 5 episodes of that.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, I'll get a clip.
Yo, it's crazy because people never know certain shit when it comes to voiceovers. Like I did a Walmart commercial for back to school. People actually, my sister hit me up, but she was like, "Yo, I know that's my brother." Like, and that ripped the runway on BT. So like, you don't even know how to, you know, they come out of left field, whatever. They like, "Hey, you want to do this?" And the kind of money they be paying them people for them little bit of shits is crazy. Man, that's a whole nother career in itself. You know what I mean? So. But
it's funny, they pay you big check for an hour of work, but pay their employees nothing.
I don't know, but I know for me.
Allegedly, no.
Hey, no, I mean for me it was.
He's like, I got my check.
You gonna do your job, you know what I mean? They want your voice. You know, look at.
No, I feel.
Regina King do both them voices on the Boondocks. Come on, man.
Do you
that's
own
crazy.
any other like small businesses or any other entrepreneurial projects that you're working on?
You can try to sound mad intelligent. Go ahead, man.
No, I don't try to sound intelligent. I am intelligent, but should. I got 3 bachelor's degrees. What's up?
I too. Yeah, okay. I used to be a bachelor 3 times. Go ahead, man. Hey, sure. Yo, they wild over here, man. They be smoking rocket fuel. But go ahead.
Yeah, well, I got I run my website. That's probably the biggest one. I started an LLC, and recently I should have done that like 20 years ago. I don't know what made me. I'm just finally listening. But yeah, the majority of my entrepreneurial endeavors are directly connected to my music. So it's not like I'm doing stuff outside of music. Everything is connected to music in some way.
Have you done any movie or any acting stuff?
So there's a series. You're not going to be able to find it because it's only in France at the time. Well, it's parts of Europe, France and parts of Europe. But it's a Netflix series that came out 3 years ago. It's called Lost in Traplana. It's about it's kind of a mock-you series about this guy from France who comes to Atlanta, and his goal is to try to get Outkast, the group, back together. And so he's going around Atlanta talking. He's interviewing different people, Bone Crusher, this one, that one. He goes and meets the producers. He meets Dungeon Family. He goes to the studio where Outkast recorded, and so in that series, I narrate the entire series, and then there's a couple of episodes where I'm actually in the episode.
Yeah, I see that. That's great.
Yeah, I see that. It's hard to find. I don't know how you would find it because it's not on Netflix US. It's only on Netflix Europe and maybe YouTube. I don't know.
I was gonna think sometimes you can find that stuff if you search hard enough on YouTube.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, you might get lucky.
Fans are gonna start requesting it.
No, listen. So I've been in some movies and shit, but as a kid, I was in a lot of different shows on local TVs and different things.
Oh, really?
So there's a guy named Leon Mobley. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's a renowned percussionist. He's originally from Boston, but he travels with everyone. I mean, he's really, official. Shout out to Leon. We went to the Elmer Lewis School of Fine Arts. But the thing about
I'm surprised. I didn't know you were in shows when you were a kid. That's what I was talking about. Yes. I didn't know any of that.
So we did something called the African boot dance. I was like 10. You know what I'm saying? It was a real full-out African boot dance.
Like you were dressed.
We had on the attire, but so it was on this real popular local show called Jabberwocky, in New England, what have you. So it played all the time. And then I seen it again like 20 years later. And I was like, wow, because now I'm not 10, I'm 30, and then I seen it again after that. So it's very obscure now, but you can still find it in places. You see what I'm saying? So you never know, man.
It's gonna come up.
But I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people had on this show, man. Freddie Fox, Billy Dance from MOP, Bobo. But I'm talking about like people that we got, like certain situations arose. And we had to sort of regulate the situation. At OG, it was something like that with everyone, like these guys I mentioned. And even with Master Ace, if you could remember, we was in Cali. And
here we go.
We was in Cali and Gangsta was performing. Shit, you might have performed before that. I don't even know, but they were performing at this time at the House of Blues. And, seeing you and we chopped it, obviously we all out there. Now the show is going on. I probably did my part, whatever I do, militia or something by that or whatever, and then the show's still going. And then the dude on the side is like, yo, I'm cutting this off. He says, and me and you the only ones standing right there. And he's like, I'm cutting it off. And you was like, yo, don't cut him off, And then we were both, then I took the position, yo, don't cut that mic. Because we know as MCs or whatever what the situation was. But he was really being like, like an idiot, you know what I'm saying, on some shit. I'm trying to, So therefore, somehow, because it was a curtain at the House of Blues, where you pulled the shit and it closed like that, and Guru was rhyming that last song, and dude is almost getting to that. But somehow, we got him in a situation.
A situation?
Inside of the curtain. You know what I mean? It was like just me and you was there. So he was inside of the curtain. So, this is back then, we were younger people. And, so we bonged that up a little bit, him in the curtain, boom, boom, boom. Right? And by the time he found his ass out of there, now he's pulling that, but Guru did the whole last song. You know what I mean? And then all the fun you have, the fun you have in hip-hop and shit, like coming up, whatever. I always remember certain shit where I look at a guy even more different, like, damn, Ace was like, yo, he just wanted, the bottom line was really, you weren't trying to be wild or nothing. That wasn't the case. It was more like, yo, this dude is finishing this show.
It's a respect thing.
You know what I mean?
What's another 30 seconds?
They were trying to disrespect because the show had ran long and they wanted to cut everybody's set off, and they was trying to shorten. They were shortening everybody's set.
Right.
And so he wanted to end the show when he wanted to end it, and I was like, nah. And when I saw the curtain start closing, I grabbed it and pulled it back. I'm like, nah, you're not doing that. And
promoters don't realize that cutting a song or two off your set, that don't work. You've curated your set for this certain length of time that you're going to be on stage for, and it's not just like taking 2 songs off at the end. You have to now rearrange maybe your performance.
The thing that was
that shit.
The thing that got me on this point was what he was saying when he was like, nah, and then obviously I'm gonna come to the aid of that too, because I'm like, okay, this is the group, but it was the last song. Mm-hmm. And at this time, it's like by then we culminated the whole shit. After the show, mind you, after the show was over, what are we doing? We're walking around the House of Blues, chilling, talking. You know what I mean?
Rappers always say it's the last song to the stage, man. It's the last one. It's the last one.
That one you ain't got no choice though. Some of those you don't have choices because you there might be a counter on the side in one of these festivals or whatever. Yeah. As of late, what are some things you've been doing, or we can even just look forward to,
Well, me and Marco Polo are working on our second installment. We dropped the album in 2018 called The Brooklyn Story. Did really well for us. So well that the fans wanted another chance at it. So we've been back in the studio since the top of the year. We got 12 songs laid down. We're gonna record another, I don't know, 4 or 5, and then we're gonna figure out which ones we're gonna keep. So that's coming, and I started writing a musical about 5 years ago, and that's coming together really well. I'm collaborating with a hip hop theater company called Rhymes Over Beats, out of New York, and they're helping curate it for me. I've been writing it for 5 years at least. We've had 2 table reads so far. It's coming together really nicely. There's still a ton of more work to do, but yeah, I have a full musical written. I'm still editing and shortening because I'm told that my page count is still a little high, so I'm trying to edit. I'm trying to keep the story intact, but cut down pages. That's a challenge, but I'm working on that. And I just finished a tour. In Europe. We were out there for about 30 days. We did 24 shows in 30 days, something like that.
I was just wondering, there's a lot of changes out in Brooklyn. My cousin's out in Brooklyn, in Bushwick. And I just wanted to know, coming from that area, like, what do you think? What do you think of all the changes that's going on in Brooklyn? Like, you loving the parks, the different kind of businesses. Now the new thing is, Brooklyn's the new Manhattan, so everyone just goes to Brooklyn. Do you appreciate that? Are you feeling loved or not so much?
So you're asking me about gentrification. That's what you're really asking, and how I feel about it.
Just saying smoothly though, like you
She said nice.
That's what I was saying. Go ahead, man.
She's trying to be sensitive to me.
Go ahead.
Listen, I like the fact that Brooklyn is coming up. It's moving up. It's all of these really nice restaurants and businesses and cafes. Like, I love all of that. It's starting to remind me of like cities that I see in Europe. People eating outside on the curb.
Yes.
Areas that used to be super dangerous are now safe. People walking their dogs and jogging and riding bikes. I'm for all of that. What I'm not for is the fact that what they're essentially doing is they're pricing the natives out of the area. So people can't afford to live in the neighborhoods that they were born and raised and grew up in. Now it's like, oh, you can't afford this rent, you got to go move somewhere else. And only a certain type of person can live out here. That's the part that I don't like. I like there are positives about it, but there's some things about it that I don't care for.
Just like everything in life, there's a good and a bad. I think that the key, and it happens everywhere, that I think the key is keep making sure that those opportunities continue to exist, whether it's, a certain amount of housing or what have you, but it's got to be where if you want to live here, you should be able to live here.
As we probably know, like MC Shan being a part of the crew at the time, Juice Crew, I know everybody's grown and everything now and shit, and they do whatever. So as of late, Lo, he's kind of been going around, saying some things and being a little more outspoken to everyone else, though. Everyone else is on some, hey, this is what we did, this is what we doing now, whatever. But him, he's a little extra with it. Do you, well, you said even back then he was kind of on his own. So do you feel that, like, this brother might be...
I actually take that back. He wasn't on his own. He was super cool with Shantae. Shantae, he wasn't really messing with Marley no more. He was the most... He didn't like any... He was cool with Biz. He was cool with Shantae. He didn't like anybody that came after. He had issues with Kane. He had issues with Kane. Got down. He got issues when I got down. Everybody after.
And it's almost just that New York, so to speak, with that put your chest out type shit at that time, because at that time hip hop was really on some braggadocious, I'm better than you type shit. Now it's kind of more mentally people thinking that, but back then it was more like, okay, I'm better than you. This is what it is. So So now, you know, of course, you get people, you know, they get them on Drink Champs, shout out to Nori and them, and at other shows, and he's wilding and saying crazy shit. And I remember Kane getting on saying, like, listen, just, you know, go check this brother, listen to him. You know, give him, you know, he wants to be heard, let him be heard. Took that position because everybody's grown, including him. It's just that it seemed like he's the one that probably sounds like most bitter and things. You know, it's just, sometimes it's just crazy, you know, because we're here now. Everybody's on that side of mostly 5-0. You know what I mean? So
what you want to ask me?
Yo, that was nice. I always wanted to ask you on some real shit though. So are you feel like you cool with him now, or did you have issues, or everything's good?
Cool. Nothing's good. I'm not cool with him at all.
Okay, well, see, that's all I wanted to know. I see that side, but I didn't. You know, I haven't. Everyone else has been like you. You know,
I don't do the social media yapping, right, talking shit and all that. Like that's not what grown men do. Mm-hmm. You know, you got an issue. Call me, tell me where you want to meet up at. We meet up and we figure it out. But the social media thing is corny. That's why I didn't really even respond to it. Like I responded one time, something he said, and then he went and said some more shit, and I was like, you know, I'm really wasting my energy responding to this guy on social media because he's just trying to get eyes and attention on his page.
Yeah, okay.
And so I said I'll just save all of that energy for when we see each other, and then he can do all of the talking he want to do when we face to face.
Right, which I respect that. And
I hope it's the same type of energy that he has when he's on social media.
Right, which probably won't be. But you know, that's why it's social media. So I got a question for you that I'd like to ask cats too, man.
I'm going here now. Okay, cool.
Out of all eras and hip hop in general, you know, as MCs, like who do you list like as a top 10 MCs, or not even a top 10 MCs that you like, you know, at a count of 10, like the top 10 to you, you know what I mean?
Your favorite rappers.
Yeah, favorites.
Generations and
don't matter.
You know, eras.
It's different eras, right? So
right.
I like people from each era. Early era, LL, LL Kane, Rakim. Before them, I was a cool Mo D fan. I liked Mo D. Yeah, I liked Mo D. After them, man, KRS, and then right after KRS was kind of when I was kind of coming into my own, and so I wasn't paying as much attention. But then the next era was like, that was kind of like when I left out somebody from the early era. I left out Chill Rob G. He needs to be mentioned. He needs to be mentioned because he was super lyrical to me, and I appreciated what he, you know, the lines he put together. I appreciated a lot, and he don't get enough mention, so I wanted to mention him.
That's true.
Yeah, and then you know, definitely when Nas dropped, that was like a big turning point. He was super talented. Nas J, you know, Big. Those are all crucial cats. Right. You know, with the lyrics and the song making. Right. There's so many dudes, man.
I know. One more put it at 10.
I put Eminem there then.
Okay.
All right, that was one. That's the link to two of the fan questions.
I love how diverse that list is.
That list was crazy. So Tim Costello's question was your Masta Ace's top 5 non-Brooklyn MCs, but he mentioned 5 in there, so we'll just keep that question. But shout out for that question, thank you. Another question, you just said something about Eminem, so I'm searching for it. Alfredo wants to know, ask him how the song about the song Hellbound with Eminem came about.
Oh, okay. Well, so that was a song that was for this compilation called Game Over, and the studio that song was done at is a studio called 7888 out in Queens. And I had heard about this studio. People were telling me, yo, you know, they're putting this compilation together. You should go through because if you do a song, they'll give you free studio time. And I was like, okay. So I went over there, checked it out. And they were like, yeah, you know, if you do a song for the compilation, we'll give you studio time. And I was like, okay, I like that trade-off, so let's do it. So they had this music and they had this Eminem verse. And this was, at this point, Eminem was already pretty big. This would have been 2000. So he was already a known artist. First album, I believe, was out or about to drop. He had already had a video out. He was becoming a big star. And so I was like, how did y'all get this Eminem verse? And he's like, oh, M came by the studio like 4 years ago, like before he popped off, and he did a verse for us for some studio time, and we just never used it. And they're like, so we're gonna use it for this. And they literally took a verse that he laid to some other beat and put it on this Hellbound beat, and I jumped on it, and the rest is history.
That's what those guys that dissed you did. Who the fuck was that? High and Mighty. Didn't they do that same thing? Throw an old Eminem verse on one of the Home Field Advantage album, I think it was. Didn't those guys diss you?
If they actually didn't diss me. They actually got dissed by me, and it was like an inadvertent situation. They got caught up in crossfire, and so. You know, sometimes in battling, people get caught in the crossfire. I was
shots fired.
They had a show in Manhattan, and they brought out this rapper named Cage. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah.
And so Cage was on stage, and he was doing a freestyle, but the mics, from what people told me, the mics and the sound system was really, really bad. So you couldn't really hear everything that people were saying. It was just real distorted.
Yeah.
But he said my name in his rhyme. And so the people that were at this particular party were the same people that I was just telling you about from 7888 Studios. And so by now I'm working on Disposable Arts, my first album with the independent label. And they came back from the party and it's like, yo, High and Mighty was on stage and they said this rhyme and they said your name, sound like they dissed you. And so it literally didn't take anything more than that. I was already kind of at the end of my rope with people taking shots. Yeah. And so I just went off. And they was one of the targets. It was other people that was supposed to get dissed on that song. I just narrowed it down to High and Mighty and Boogeyman, but there was other people that were supposed to get it on that song.
My God.
Yeah, to catch that
Forgot
heat.
about that one.
Catch that heat, you know what I'm saying? So.
Any more fan questions?
Yeah, we covered most of them.
Y'all
so
been making up shit.
You know,
right.
Yeah, we covered most of them. Oh, Adam Albert wants to know, can we get a Masta Ace Ed OG project in 2022?
No, that's not gonna happen.
Nope. Okay.
It was a one-off. We did the A&E album in 2010. It was a great turnout, a great result, dope album. Everybody loved it. It was never supposed to be a continual thing. It was a one album situation.
Oh, okay. That video though, I'm a video guy, so I really appreciated the video. It was like little big little, something like that. Little young. Yeah, that was cool, man. The quality of that video was crazy at that time.
Little big.
Shout to director Steven Tapia, who did all of the graphics and put that video together. We were straight on green screen. We did our performances on green screen. He did everything else.
That was a great video, especially for the time. It was like 2009, and it's something like that. I
love that. I'm trying to get DL to do something like sort of like that. You know, he shoot videos and shit. You know, so there's something like that I want to do. But listen, yo, brother, we appreciate you coming through, man.
Really do.
Thank you so much.
Glad that you were here with us on the Danger Zone podcast.
Hell yeah.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Well, you know what time it is. It's time for you guys to hit that like button, subscribe.
Word.
All that jazz. Hit us up on all our social medias. Bing, 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 bing. Put them all over the screen right there. Maybe I won't because I might be lazy. But...
yeah, we put them shits up, man, for real. You can come through. Hey, if we don't put them shits up, you just ask my man Big. That's some soccer shit. Hey, yo.
All right.
It's all good.
So it's that time of the week, Big Shug.
Hold up, man.
Who's stupid as hell this week?
Listen. First of all, the story itself. Inmate falls through the ceiling trying to escape from jail.
You wouldn't be out trying to escape.
So, Brownstown, Indiana, an inmate fell through the ceiling while trying to escape from a jail in Indiana.
I'm just picturing this guy crawling around above some
like in
a jail.
Those office ceilings where you push
up. The cardboard, not that. What's it called? Styrofoam,
like,
but
it's like a board.
Yeah, particle board.
Yeah, it's not meant for holding weight.
Yeah. It holds like raccoons fall through it and shit. Like it holds like 10 pounds.
Yo, DL said raccoons fall through that bitch.
That's how much weight it'll hold. Like maybe a raccoon can scurry up there.
The sheriff says Ayers eventually fell through the ceiling and onto the floor of the jail's booking area. Officers used a stun gun to subdue him after he refused to surrender. Yo, this dude is stupid as hell. Because I'm saying, you're in the prison, you feel you're gonna escape, and then he falls through the ceiling in the booking room.
Like, welcome back.
And they like, yo, you got mad fall. Stupid motherfucker. That shit is hell.
You went the wrong way.
Dude is stupid as hell. Yo, you got anything else? We good?
Nah, that's good. 24 episodes.
Man, 24 episodes. We still here. You know I didn't have to put DL in no full Nelson.
Not this week.
Yeah, I made it up.
What's the full Nelson exactly? I forget.
You know, that's the one like this.
Oh, like this.
That's like sleep, young man, sleep.
Oh, like okay. I see.
Oh, your feet ain't on the ground. And then you know motherfuckers is like, yo, I'm too old to have my feet off the ground. That shit, you know, that's that shit right there, yo. You know what I mean? That makes you realize that something ain't right.
All right.
But listen.
We out of here.
Yo.
The fucking
thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate special guest this week.
Master Ace.
Master Ace. That was dope.
24.
You know, this is episode 24. Listen, all the episodes are up. You know, check them out on YouTube or wherever you view your podcast. Also, we got a clip channel. We out of here. Excuses have no purpose, so don't make them.
Don't make them.
You know what I'm saying? As we grow, we glow. That's all of us together. That's plus you. You know what I mean? And we appreciate you. Peace.
On my dark days, I chopped crack on a regular. Ran up in spots and clapped on a regular. Took big fat ass stacks from the register. No matter how hard they tried, they still couldn't measure the hard I have. You joke when I stab. Grands in my pocket and still caught a cab.